Alexander Pichushkin. Alexander, aka the chessboard killer, once said, "Life without murder is like life without food." His master plan was to kill 64 people, the same number of squares on a chessboard. This guy would find old homeless men, share vodka with them and then hit them over the head with a hammer. To finish them off he would shove the vodka bottle in their skulls. When he wasn't doing that, he would sneak up behind people in the park and whack them with a hammer. He killed 60 people before he was caught. He was considered so dangerous that during his trial he was in a glass box. He got 15 years solitary confinement. The best part? He didn't reach his goal of 64 people. Donald Harvey. When he was 18 years old, Donald began working as an orderly at the Marymount Hospital. During his first 10 months of working there he killed 12 patients. According to him, he just wanted to put them out of his misery. He would put poison in the patient's food, inject them and even suffocated them. By the time the hospital figured out these deaths were not random coincidences, he had murdered 87 people. He is currently serving 8 consecutive life sentences in Ohio. Maria de Jesus Gonzalez. In the 1960s, Maria and her sister Delfina owned the Mexican brothel called the Bordello from Hell. The sister would put out ads for maids or waitresses. When they got there, they were forced to be prostitutes in brothel. That was honestly more like a concentration camp. If a girl was too sick to work, they were locked in a room and starved to death. The sisters also killed customers that showed up with a lot of money. The sisters killed a total of 91 people. They both got 40 years in prison. Delfina died in prison but Maria finished her sentence and was released. Pedro Rodrigues Filho. This Brazilian killer started young. When he was 14, his dad was fired for allegedly stealing food. So Pedro did what any kid would do. He murdered his father's boss. His friend was then killed by a gang member. So what did he do? He killed 10 members of that gang. All this killing happened before he was 18. He was arrested in 1973 where he met up with his father in prison. You see, his father was there for killing Pedro's mother with a machete. Well, to avenge his mother's death, Pedro killed his father, cut out his heart and chewed it before he checked it. He went out to kill 47 more while he was in jail. Don't want to be in that prison. He later confessed to 100 victims. He got sentenced to 400 years in prison. Pedro Lopez. His targets was young girls between 9 and 12 years old. By the time he was 30, he had raped and strangled over 100 girls in Colombia. While doing this he almost got caught and moved to Ecuador. He then moved to Peru after killing people in Ecuador. In 1983 he was caught. He confessed to 350 murders. He was declared insane and served 14 years in psychiatric hospital. This is where we start worrying again. He was released in 1998 on good behavior. He is now 66 years old and free.